Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Gears of War Pro League. I'm Blaze, joined with the fantastic Colin and Crow Clark, as we are about to enter our last series of the day. It's the Pittsburgh Knights going up against the Pioneers. As you know, I'll say the Kansas City Pioneers, all right? You know, because, you know, I always love them and you know, little city names going in between, but I know they're trying to drop the KC on it. But hey, they still pushing P, all right? And as we come up into this series, man, they're going to be looking to come out and kind of, you know, regain from their loss that they had last week, Colin, and really come out and show everybody who the Pioneers are all about.
They got to do a good job of that tonight because they're going up against the undefeated Pittsburgh Knights squad. But let's take a look at the Pioneers right here. They're your reigning, defending, undisputed champions of Gears Esports. Xysho, Acells, and Hndles have been at the top of the mountain for a while. They bring Bronny on board. I prematurely buried them. They shut me the hell up in the last major.
Ditto.
But they are starting to have some struggles again. They're starting to show those little signs of weakness. But the thing that is different is I love the fact that it's being acknowledged. The players are saying there's still stuff to work on. There's still things they got to correct. That's the big difference in this split to me.
Yeah, and so I agree with you on that one, right? Because you can't be mad at us for calling it like we see it, you know. But when they pull up on game day, they do, and that's beautiful that they have that level and they are able to flip that switch when they need to the most. But sometimes not everybody able to turn it on when they need to. Okay, so and we see them look human in some of these series, and we got to call it out. What makes them look human? Because especially last split, it was something that we never really saw too much because they beat more teams by a large margin. In several different game modes than everyone else. Okay, they by the largest margin. All right, and so when they start falling up short, we're like, okay, well, what went different today that we never saw before? But I think coming into this matchup against the Pittsburgh Knights, they're gonna try to give us less things to talk about, and they're just gonna be trying to get all our praises and get the cheers of the chat. But we'll see if PK allows them to do that.
We will indeed see if the Knights allow them to have that kind of a night, kind of an evening where they can entertain all of their fans that are in the chat. But for now, the Pioneers, to me, I wanted to ask you this, Blaze. One of the things that we've seen them struggle with is a little bit of that identity crisis that we saw last split, where they were lancering a little heavy, then they were a little shotgun heavy, then they're a little setup heavy, then they're a little offensive heavy, and they don't have to have that perfect formula like they had in the major. Do you think this Pittsburgh Knights roster tonight is going to make them pay for that, no matter who we see in the genetic makeup of that Knights roster?
You know, and that's a great question. And I'm not sure if tonight's going to be the night they will be able to allow them to pay for it. And we'll take a look at the Pittsburgh Knights roster. And for everyone who is putting in channel points right now, just so you know, Gary playing, okay? Fearzly ain't here, all right? Gary's subbing in, trying to get some shots. But we know how talented Gary is as a player, okay? And he got three of the nastiest, okay, most accurate, most fearsome people next to him on his left right there. You know, maybe his right compared to the screen, but screen left, all right? Raver, Dezonide, and the Monkyz. So the Knights are still going to be strong, Colin, but without them at 100%, I don't know if tonight's going to be the night they get past the Pioneers.
It might be a much tougher sled and a much tougher out for the Pittsburgh Knights tonight without Fearzly, because we all know how incredible Fearzly is. But Blaze, let me be the first to say this.
The Black Glasses gang, yeah. Oh.
I didn't even notice that, but that, well, are those? No, I think he's got like leopard print. Dezo got a print.
They could be tortoise on Dezo's. He could have the tortoise frames, but you know, it's the Glasses gang, you know?
But nonetheless, beautiful job on the call out of the style. But let me be the first one to point this out. And I know a lot of people are going to probably clean out their ears. They're probably going to wipe their screen, wipe their eyes, see if it's the same. If any human on planet Earth can take a Fearzly out of his lineup, put a Gary in it, and keep chugging along like nothing happened, I personally believe that Dezonide is it. Dezonide, to me, is one of the three best in-game leaders playing the game right now. He's one of the three best people to understand what he has around him and how to best utilize the talent around him. So to me right now, Dezo can do that very easily. So we might still have an extraordinarily tight game here between the Pioneers and the Knights.
Yeah, we absolutely might here in this situation. And, you know, it kind of comes down to it like, Also, not only is Dezonide as a leader, we all know how versatile Monkyz can be. Okay, he can switch up his spot and play many different things, and I think that's really going to be the X factor for this team to be able to move Gary towards the front of the fight and say, "All right, Monkyz, can you just watch our back?" And he's like, "No problem. Okay, let Gary, Raver, and Dezonide go have a field day. All right, what you got to lose? What you got to lose? Okay, yeah, you gonna lose your
First
perfect
place,
record,
but that's it.
but that's going to be an asterisk. There's going to be an asterisk there, right? And also, you don't give over the momentum over towards the Pioneers. But Pioneers, do they got everything to lose tonight?
Well, I mean, look at it this way, Blaze. Did the Pioneers win first place in Pro League and still win the major last split?
Yes.
Did the Pioneers win first place? The Pioneers team, were they first place 2 splits ago in Pro League?
Yes.
No, they weren't, and they still won the major.
Oh my God,
they still won the major.
Yeah.
The only time this core group are Hndles and Acells and whatever amalgamation of players around Hndles and Acells have won Pro League and the major was way back when they were vanquished. Ever since then, they've taken a hit or two. So to me, if I'm the Knights, I don't give a damn if I got a loss. I don't care if I'm second place, because apparently winning the Pro League has not worked out for you. All right, it is not working. So
at all, okay? You know, because the Knights, they have been in that top spot plenty of time before, and they get to the major. It's like, it necessarily doesn't mean that we're going to be the best team here this week. You know, we still got to put it together, because the Gears major is just, it's a different skill set that you can only kind of really be practiced for by playing in a major. You can't get that practice in a Pro League, E-Days, scrims, rank, nothing. You have to be playing in a major. Now, let's talk about our key matchup coming into this series here. It's going to be Dezonide going up against Hndles. And, you know, when you see these numbers, you got Dezonide at third when it comes down to the KDA, but Hndles third in kill participation.
So what I like out of this is it shows me that right now, Hndles is out of a lot of fights. His damage per minutes is way down, 30th out of 40 possible professional players. Damage per 10 minutes way down. But that's because I think Hndles is having to handle his business in a lot of solo fights. Right now, Dezonide is able to play up into the fights because he's IGLing a little bit harder. He's IGLing a little bit closer to his fights. Whereas we used to see Dezonide kind of being that solo leader. He would call out, this is what we need to make the play of, and then he'll take the fight wherever it comes to him. But I'm just more impressed by the fact that both of these players are top 10 in kill participation, meaning even though the damage per minutes is down there, they don't necessarily, it's just an extra kill here, an extra kill there, but that they're still right there with their squads.
Yeah, they are. And that middle number, I think that's just positioning, right? Dezonide gets the extra kill because he's in that 3-man core team fight a little bit more than Hndles kind of playing those single positions. But the rest of the numbers show that they bring a lot of value to the squad, and they're always shooting. They're always a part of the team fight in some way, somehow, playing their positions the best in which they can. All right. So, part of the stage is set here. Now we're going to have to start talking about the picks and bans here in just a bit to see what our teams are going to be playing on, as you got the Pioneers taking out Spire control. The Knights say buy the reactor control. The Executions, the Knights say buy the clock tower. Pioneers gets a fear up out of here. And then the Knights say we don't want to deal with training grounds today, so we may have a little harbor in the cycle, Colin.
District and Regency, I think, are our control. Check out. And maybe Canals? Yeah.
Yeah, we feel on the same page.
Ooh, Ritual.
All right, Tomb.
So,
okay.
I hope he doesn't mind. He was streaming. I was streaming. So it was already said. It's already been recorded. It's public info. There's no way it's not public info. One of my favorite interactions of the past week is I was talking to the coach from the Pioneers. We were playing a little rank together. And I said, I'm really proud of y'all for playing maps that I don't see y'all normally play. Tonight, they're playing a bunch of maps that I've seen them on a bunch. So I'm good with that. I'm proud that they're coming back to what they're comfortable with. But I said, but I don't think I've ever seen y'all play Canals. He said, I don't think I've ever seen us play Canals.
He said,
I said, you played it all 3 times in E-Days. He was like, yeah, but we were figuring it out. We were working it out one round at a
like a Canal. See, the one thing is about them on Canals is that, Xysho is going to have a great time on that map with the snipe. You let Hndles play, outside and, up top in the pillars. And you let Acells and Bronny work the low side, work the bow, do their thing, and let them get used to it. But, hey, Pioneers, we'll see if Canals slips up on them at some point when they don't want it to. But like you say, they practice a lot. Okay, they get some reps in all across the map, so they're well versed when it matters. Now let's start heading into predictions for this series. As you know what?
Excuse me.
Oh.
It should already be there. If Pioneers are playing, it should already be there. It's in my contract right now. If the Pioneers are playing,
that's true. On the dotted line, it's actually on page 7 because I saw it. All right.
And this ain't no hate against the. It ain't no hate against the Knights. It ain't no hate against them. I'm gonna put my glasses on. You know why I'm here, Blaze. You know why I'm here.
Yeah. All right, Colin. He's locked in for the Pioneers today once again, as that's an auto lock from now on. So chat, we ain't got to worry about what he's thinking. Now today, what I'm thinking, hey, I went Pioneers as well. All right. So my vote is for them. I felt like the Pioneers. This is going to be the week in which I've never seen them have back-to-back bad weeks, right? But as I say that, they lost to Rise twice, okay, within 7 days. Now, this is the time where you expect them to really pick it up and, work on what they, correct their mistakes from last week. So I think they'll do it now. We've always seen them not take losses very well. They take losses well because they come back with some big wins. So Pioneers for me today. Now, chat, how you all are feeling. Now, I know I'll let you know we had the roster change out there for PK, but are you guys going Pioneers? Are you guys going to stay in lane for the Knights? You guys are going with the Knights.
I'm picking up the game on the chat. Let's go. Started the night down to everybody.
Chat, if the Knights win today and you beat me and Colin, chat, y'all get to talk all the trash in the world.
They already talk all the trash in the world to me. What do you mean? You giving them permission?
No, yeah, they don't need permission, right? They
wake up,
come for you.
I check chat when I wake up, and even though it's not even live, they're just talking crap to me when I wake up. I'm like, why? What's the point of it, man? I ain't done nothing to nobody.
You got 2 people in there that just ain't left from the last week. Like, yo, can you believe this guy over here in the States is talking all that mess about our ladder campaign? Always going for NA. The Knights.
Hey, yo, with the fixes in, Blaze.
Yo, it's some people looking to score big against the Knights tonight. But Pioneers, they saw it. They know what the roster's looking like. They're going to come in and try to end this in a quick 3-0 fashion. They don't want this to go to another map 5. Here we go. The last series of the night. And we're kicking this one off with Bronny versus Raver here at the cinema. A show that we always love to see, but this ain't no matinee, folks. You're going to have to pay full price for it, as Bronny is going to get it shaken and baking with a double kill. He'll start looking towards mid-map, and there's the down on Monkyz. Oh, no down on Monkyz. There's the cross from the side. He's taken out.
Yo, my man right now, Bronny, is playing what I like to call a troll character. When you're so good at the video game, you play as General Rom. You a big, beefy boy. You like Toy Soldier out here.
Yo, that is so true, because Toy would use Rom religiously, but Toy got mad. Yo, you just made me think of some nightmares, okay? Toy on Rom was kind of scary. But I know Bronny looking to bring that same energy, put down a Knights. But if he loses his first map, I can guarantee a quick character change coming through. As you starting to see, the Knights, they'll clean up house on this hill, taking down the remaining few players. They'll get the scrap time in. Colin, they will get the spawns as well, picking up that kill on Hndles.
40-8 after the first tilt. Dezo's already in position, along with, I believe, Raver. Big body shots on Bronny. He's trying to crawl over to get revived. There's a flash off of the rebound, trying to get them out of position. Here comes Dezo answering with one of his own. Shot out, won't be able to get another one here, but Dezonide with a little bit of help. They get Acells down, and now they're going to rotate out into the position at 90 degree. These 2 players going for the team revives. They need to find one of them. Xysho and Bronny, both of them down twice. Now down a 3rd time, both of them down and out. Looks like they will have the top side of the map on the respawn. Hndles already in position. They move up as well with Acells. So 40-19, still keeping this pretty neutralized out.
Yes, they are. Now, you're starting to see, this is, they have to figure out a way to get this kill. They're going to have to move up for that back A. They get it. They back down. They were stunned a bit. Gary will get the revive, but that's a flank coming out from Dezonide. Not able to get the second kill just yet, but he will get reinforcements. They'll clean up Hndles, but now it comes down for a play for next. It's a 3v2 if they want to go for the rotations, but they slow down. They were a little indecisive on how they wanted to pick up that kill, but now actually I was indecisive on how I wanted to call it because there's 30 points left on the hill. They'll stay and contest as you see the Pioneers playing into them once again. They don't want to give up too much of a lead.
I think a lot of people forget how long a hill can really be if it stays contested.
Yeah.
Drop shot misses a little too far on Xysho, but Xysho goes down. Gets cleaned up finally. It looks like the Pioneers will stay there for just a moment to either tie it up. They're going to be 1 point short. I don't know if he's going to step in for one more point. He actually, I believe he forces the close respawn. Raver's going to be full red in the middle of the map. Knights are already rotated over to the ATM.
Two got it.
They're going to be set up and ready to go. About 15 seconds left. Raver's going to get shot on here from both buildings. He's going to go down in the middle of the map. We're going to allow him to bleed out.
So Raver gets pinched. 2 players at the window for the Knights to try to hold back the Pioneers. The smokes and flashes come through. They get the spawn that they want. They'll get a kill down low. It's a 3v3 in the hill with 1 player getting revived. The Knights feeling comfortable in this fight, and through the smoke, Dezo will find a kill. Continuing to play his angle out wide. He'll take down Bronny. They'll win that team fight. And now PK, they're gonna set up and they'll take the lead here soon. Pioneers spawning up on the bottom portion of the map. They'll get themselves a shot grenade. They may even get new drop shot momentarily as well. They're gonna need that to try to break this setup. 20 seconds
and another minute and 10 seconds. This is it's still early goings. I don't know if you can leave it for 20 if you really wanted to, but they're gonna push in. Bronny bouncing all the way up to the hill. Great movement, great mechanical skills. Shock's gonna go out over the top. New Shock will block them from the line. They're gonna push straight past it across the north-hand side of the map. Gary's gonna get one. Gary's gonna have to hold on for a second. There he goes. Up A by Bronny, double bounce. Doesn't get it, and Gary settles down at third, and now it's one more Hndles full red. Back in by Dezonide, down and dead, and the Knights will be able to surmount a little bit of a lead here. They're gonna continue to hold on to this one.
You know, Gary put his name in his hat in a ring when PK was looking for a 4th, right? It was like, oh, you know, Chaos out, pick me up, man. You know, let me go ahead, get on the team. But, you know, when you got Fearzly out there, you know, PK gonna get who they want. But Gary is not gonna blow this opportunity to play up against the Pioneers in a Pro League match with 3 of the best players in LATAM. He has showed up to perform today, and he know he can do something special by beating these guys in a Pro League, and he's giving everything in which he got for the PK fans.
I also love that Gary's playing. He's doing a job. He's not playing the tip of the spear. He's not trying to be too over-aggressive or too out there for his opponents.
Yeah.
He's literally doing it looks like he's doing as he's told. He's taking orders, and that's exactly what you got to do. That's a very scary Gary, if you ask me. They're going to get right back into this hill. Knights have gotten the first few moments, but I mean, they really are not going to be able to get much time on the hill, and they're going to pressure Acells right back out of it.
Pioneers, they're just trying to stay composed. They know that they don't have the lead yet, but it's all about not who wins the battle, but who wins the war. So they're trying to think ahead of the game, working together. That shock is a problematic shock, and it was thrown by PK, so they got the value out of it. Oh, there's a revive on Dezo. There's the cleanup. Acells trap mid-map. There's a pinch coming in from Raver on them. They're trying to get that kill in the corner. There's 2 more other players in the hill. Raver won his battle. 2 separate 1v1s. He moves in to help Dezonide in the battle. It was one. Who is this? It's Bronny. He's going to start rotating on over towards Pergola, try to get these spawns, but PK, they see he's in the corner. That's a nice flash. It stuns him as well. They're going to get some solid shots on him. Bronny trying to cut back for anything, but PK doing a great job being aware of their spacing. Now they're going to move in as a unit, try to clear this out.
Still decently close for how dominant the Knights have been for a couple of these hills. Only a 20-point differential this moment. 18 to be exact. They're going to add all 4 players over here to make sure that they snub and pistol and Lancer out those 2 players. Dezonide in the middle of the map. One time, by the way, shout out my man Dezonide. The fact that my man is one of the best in-game leaders and is playing one of the greatest tacticians in Gears history, in Gears lore, the main character in Gears Tactics himself, Gabriel Diaz, the father of Kate Diaz, our main character from Gears 5. Gotta love it, gotta like it. My man looking so fine and so good. He's my personal, I ain't gonna lie to you, Blaze, Gabe Diaz became one of like either my favorite or second favorite character after both of the books and the Gears Tactics game. He's probably right behind Marcus.
Boy, Gabe, definitely. When it comes down to the heroes in the Gears verse, you got to put some respect on his name. I don't know too much about him, Colin. I need to educate myself on the story and the lore of Gabe, but hey, I'll take it from you. I'm going to take it from you and take it from Dezonide as well, as he's looking to get himself another kill, but he's trapped between two. He's taken out PK. They're on the opposite end of the map, getting set up for Hotel. Dezonide is going to get a very favorable spawn. He may spawn Cinema and get a flank on these players up top.
What they do here is Gary is going to challenge out here and go down. Cleanup comes through. Bleeding the Pergola hill dry. I mean, my man Acells is hanging out in that hill for the last few moments to try to get this to respawn very quickly. 1 second left, 113 to 162. The lead goes right back into favor of the Pioneers, and now they're going to have to go to the bottom side of the map. This is where the Knights have been good. These bottom hills, these bottom tier hills, this is where they've been exquisite. Can they get another retake? A kill on Acells certainly does open up things to be flanked out through the middle of the map.
It does. Now the Knights just need to get on the same page, but they're fighting a 2v2 and a 2v1. This 2v1 is to be able to get this drop shot where Monkyz is going to relax. He's going to calm down there towards Info, get his health back, but he got down again. There's a player on the flank. Dezonide taken out. Monkyz, a big shot. He connects, but the drop shot was on his back. That's a huge play coming out for the Pioneers, and now they got another flank coming through. They're not allowing PK to get set up and get comfortable. That's the pace in which they're playing at, and PK is doing their best to try to match it. They've done a good job so far, but the lead, Pioneers, is getting more out of these late game hills. Now Monkyz here.
Right there. So I was waiting to see if Monkyz pushed out, because I was gonna say, you notice that the Pioneers kept sending players in on the flank just to keep them wrapped up in the info so that nobody had a chance to rotate and help the hill out. The hill was in a 1v2 for like 3.5 minutes, it felt like, right there.
And, you know, it was looking like a 2v2 for a quick second, but the drop shot was never able to kind of get in play. And Pioneers did a good job. They knew the fights in which they wanted to take and the sword in which they wanted to die on, and didn't lose too much. So it's a battle up top at Cinema for control too. And also both these squads are trying to fight for the spawn. Gary be able to get that kill on Hndles. Monkyz taken out. That shot goes deep. Acells already in enemy territory, but the shot actually went too deep to really stop anybody from moving through. It was a great effort, but the Pioneers, now they're starting to feel comfortable and they're ready to run away with it.
Raver's gonna go inside of the juice. He's gonna be set up here because what the Knights are doing is they're trying to continue to rotate around on this right-hand side of the map. 1v1 inside of the info is a very important 1v1 for Gary to win. Good job there. He's gonna get Lanced out from behind. But it allows for a possible double push here, where they're gonna be able to go in from the left and the right. Gary tagged up, finally taken down by Acells, and Acells is gonna get that new drop shot. Beautiful job. Throw it in, big boy. Throw it at him. Let him have it.
Oh, Bronny, you know, he got it all right.
Whoops.
But Acells, now he's looking to make up for it. He gets one in the meat shield, gets a pistol kill, and now he's got two more players in front. He says, you know what, my bad, I killed you. I got two for you, and I'm gonna get two more. The stun on Dezo, down, the quick switch. He'll get the kill on Gary as well.
Now they're going to be setting up for another retake toward the bottom side of the map because this hill has just a few moments left, 20 seconds to be exact, maybe 260 to 116. Bronny at the top side of the stairs, curious to know if they know that his positioning is there. They have to know he's there. He switched shoulders a couple times and they have one player just in front of him. That's going to be Raver. Raver and Gary are there, so they'll definitely know that Ram is there. I mean, you can see, you see Ram from down the highway. My man's a walking freight train.
And now the Shock does a good job getting that player out so EK can get themselves some time. It's been a while over these last three hills. They haven't been able to get much. Let's see if they can turn around when it comes down to the battle of the power weapon. Dezonide needs a little bit more help, but he is able to force Hndles out of the juice. Gets him in a better position for him to win that fight. Monkyz walked up, hit a brick. Misroll from Dezonide.
Monkyz is getting a second kill there on the Hndles, and that's just going to make life even harder. I don't know why they have yet to push this 2v1 here against Bronny. They have an ability to kind of pressure out toward him. There's a flank on both sides of the map. There's multiple players from both teams with X angles now, being able to put pressure out on their opponents. Bronny flies in to try to get one chunk, ain't able to get that one. Now Acells in a 2v1. Xysho in his own 2v1. Melees for the down on the Monkyz, but cannot get the kill.
Yeah, PK. There's downs happening on both sides, but PK is part of the squad winning these battles. It's a 3v3, 2 players trapped in the corner. They don't got much cover to share. 30 points remaining on his heal. Gary don't got the util that he needs. He's gonna have to deal with this flash, but oh, he wants one. Oh, stunned at the last second. Blind fire won't connect, and the Pioneers will be able to take him out. Great efforts from him, but the Knights, they gotta worry about next.
Knights rotating over here toward P3, the top ATM carry. He's gonna get marked out. He's gonna go to the backside. Drop shot?
Contact!
Who's got it? Who's got
98.
drop right now? Nobody.
Nowhere to be found.
Nobody's. Yeah, still got 90 seconds for it, so a minute and a half for that to come back. 139 to 275, though. Bronny challenged over the bottom side of the map, looking for that extra rotation.
His shot hits the corner. Gonna force Raver right out of there, but he still has an angle. Everyone has an angle from PK. The Pioneers, they're flooding it. They get the meat shield. They'll put their back to the wall. The melee is there. And now the Knight should be able to move in, but Gary cleaned up from the back. Raver, oh, actually he didn't get cleaned up. He got saved. So Dezonide, he's getting crosshair from middle info, and this is the Pioneer still in a position to contest his heal. It's also a man advantage for them.
They can contest everything. 19 seconds to win, 50 seconds still on the hill, up by 120 seconds. They can keep pressuring into this situation. Lancer damage from inside of the hill, coming through just a little bit. Bronny's gonna be pushing in first and foremost. Acell gets one, now 2 other downs come through. Clean sweep for them, 15 seconds to go. Closest player in the area is gonna be Dezonide, but I mean, he has to wait for some help. There's no real option. If he goes in by himself, he's gonna get shredded going into this hill. That might very well be the end of map number 1. And indeed it is. Xysho with the finishing touches. 300 to 179, I believe is what I saw.
Yes, it is. That is the Pioneers coming out on top, map number 1. And it was close from the start, but once we realized that it was a marathon, that man on your screen, Acells, he was well conditioned to go the distance. 21K damage to his name, 18 assists, 16 kills. Most lethal player in the lobby. They will strike first.
Hey, look, man, I don't care if it sounds sus. You see the 8-pack on that Scion? My man,
Bruh.
my man's been putting in work.
You
my
would have
man,
thought that was tatted, okay?
Yo, he is out here. I don't know if that man ever got a cramp in one of them abs, but the things was vicious. I said, good gracious.
That's one of the worst feelings in the world. You get a cramp in your ab, boy. It feel like somebody just pulling your insides and twisting them up. I don't know. That thing hurt, man. Charlie horse.
As a man with a gut, I have no idea what that feels like. I know what a Charlie horse is. I all of a sudden, like,
yeah.
I've had plenty of other injuries. Well, something I can say for certain is I have never had a pulled ab muscle, even in the
or just
height
the
of my
ab just twitching randomly, just come out of nowhere, where it feel like you can't breathe. Oh my God, that hurts. Oh, that hurts. Oh, you know, that's just too many ab workouts. All right, in a day, you think you want to be, you know, you see Goku do 1,000 and you want to attempt it. You know, sometimes you just push yourself to the limit. All right. As you see, it was you know, PK trying to push the Pioneers to the limit, and they did for like the first rotation of heals. But once we enter, I think it was exactly that second rotation, Colin, or a little bit right before at that hotel hill. That's when the Pioneers started to take over again. But Gary played a good game. He played a good game, but they just, you said it perfectly. For PK to be winning as many fights as they were in the early game, the lead wasn't as much on their control as it needed to be.
Let's take a look here, Blaze. 40 to 9, 47, 40, or 48, 47 PK, 85, 62 PK. It wasn't really until the last hill of the first rotation you got it up to, it was 111 to 93 to start the hill, and it ended at 113 to 163. So Pioneers really held on to just about the entirety of that fifth and final hill. And then, of course, like you said, after that rotation, it was 113, 163, 113, 206, 120, 263. And, I mean, from that point forward in the match, it's pretty much all said and done. You get that 300, 170. It's just, it really was. It was that final hill of the first rotation that really put a nail in the coffin Luckily for the Knights, though, they go to what is one of their better execution maps, probably their best execution map, as a matter of fact, going into checkout.
Yeah, you know, when it comes down towards checkout, man, the Knights, they love this map. And, you know, we've seen them before. They understand that even if the controls don't go their way, control isn't the Knights' best game mode. We know that, okay? We know that wholeheartedly, that they love their executions and they love their escalation. So we're about to see the best version of what this squad can be, with Gary being able filling in for Fearzly tonight, all right? So, yeah, we'll see what they can do. I say this, you know, the Knights, for them to be 4-0 in the league, they've been having themselves a lot of vacations, you know, been on the beach, relaxing, hitting the concerts up. It's been like an R&R season for them, and the vibes has been high for the squad. So, you know, they might not be a full force, but a lot of these players, man, they play their best gears, you know, and they can individually win it for their team in the execution and escalation game mode.
They are indeed playing extraordinarily well when it comes to a lot of game types. I think one of the things that cannot be slept on is just how proficient a lot of the Pioneers players are, the Knights players are. Even with the sub-in of Gary, they still spent the first 5 hills staying in step with them, staying in tow with them. And that just tells me that these guys are really firing on all cylinders. The things that you want to see from them is that practice bravado going in to a couple of more setups, especially against teams like the Pioneers, maybe even against Rise, especially when Fearzly does come back. But if I'm the Pioneers, I'm still feeling good about this. That was very clean. They did give up those first 5 hills, let them be neck and neck with them. But when they had to turn it on, when they had to put the burners on, they did just that. And they really went off to the races, and they just dominated the second half of the map. If they go into this execution and they struggle in the execution, that's cause to pause. With a sub in, no offense to Gary, once again, great player, did really well for the first half of that control map. You should not struggle against a team that's not playing at full force.
Yeah, and, you know, I feel like in those early rounds, the Pioneers, they respected them because it was like, all right, we never seen them play with Gary. Let's not get, you know, punched in the mouth early on. But, you know, after rotation, and they were understanding how quickly they were playing, and rather how quickly the Pioneers were playing, or how slowly they were playing. Sorry, the Knights were playing. The Pioneers made the right adjustments in a late game. So they were gathering intel. And sometimes you got to do that when you have a roster like this that has a sub in that really don't got much to lose. You know, they're going to take their fights because they always got that excuse at the end of the day. Well, see me when I got the full roster, right? So, you know, you got to be cautious with those squads. And Pioneers, where they have to be cautious at going into this map, not letting that get to their heads and taking that first one, because they did work hard, and this is a new game mode.
Moving into this position, Bronny's going to be full red, has to back off as Monkyz chased him out there. Xysho will pick up the long shot, and a headshot from Acells will start this off with the first blood in favor of the Pioneers, and now they're going to be off to the races. They smell blood in the water, and like great white sharks, they're going to go swimming for more. They're looking for all 3 of these players. Gary's backed all the way up toward the spawn and is going to rotate down toward the electronic side of things, maybe even try to intercept somebody going for the fragmentation grenades.
Yeah, they tried to intercept them, but Acells got into that sweet spot in the corner, so got those nades without taking too much damage. And at this moment, the Pioneers exactly where they want to be. All the power weapons in their grasp, positioning on the map, and now they're putting out some damage with those body shots. They'll nade that player out the corner. Gary's going to try to force a fight with Hndles, but no kills come through with the first nade, and no second nades tossed on that back cover either.
I don't know what the play is here for the Knights. Because of the positioning of the Pioneers, you're in such a bad spot. Gary maybe has to force this here. He has to maybe take this, because it opens up the other side of the map. You have to play in to Hndles, and Hndles is going to continue to play this wide. He's not going to give up a mistake. Hndles has been playing too many 1Vs lately, and he understands his map positioning. 25 seconds to go, and if you bring Gary out into the open enough, that's a body shot central. Missed, though, by Xysho, and now the other 2 players are going to start to play up. Gary's full red, tries to bounce back into that cubby. Won't be able to get that angle, but there's the big body shot in the down. 2 incendiaries picked up. Acells, they get the rest of the cleanup kills. Monkyz, he's going to have to hang out for a minute and take a look at there's some good weapon skins. You know? Character skins, all that good rap. You know how it goes.
Yeah, I know how it goes. You know, I'm loving that Rose Lancer, that Maria Lancer that's on the back of Bronny, one of my favorites there. You know, we see some Master skins, some Gears Esports skins out there, the Ember skins, actually, I'll say. Flame ones. And yeah, you know, a lot of great cosmetics out there. Everybody looking fly today. All right, looking fly today. The Pioneers trying to fly high. Yes, Colin?
I was gonna say, it's no coincidence, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be fooled. There is a very specific reason all the Masters weapon skins from earlier seasons were flaming, had a living fire on it, because we all know the Master of Gears, the Guru of Gears himself is God Blaze Live.
And you know, I don't even know if I got I did get my Master skins that season. I did. I had to. Okay, they were beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. And that's the same reason why Exploits uses the flame skin on his sniper. If you guys pay close attention next time he picks it up. So we actually, you know, he got that from me, because that's the one I use too, you know? So it's just something about it. Now, 2-0 up here.
These dudes are fools, man. These dudes are fools.
They truly are, yeah. 2-0 up here for the Pioneers. And, you know, Xysho, no deaths to his name just yet. Still early on, though. All right, now let's see, what does PK need to do to get back into this one? They need some successful fights up here when it comes down towards the platform. And Raver can take over this map all on his own. We'll see what type of performance we get out of him. He's being focused a lot. He drops back and he's taken out right away. But no one else is able to kind of capitalize on the play and make a kill. Dezonide kind of played that one passing from the back lane. He's going to move up now to secondary, taking a lot of shots, knowing that he can't do much. It's kind of like a throwaway round for PK. They know it wasn't looking good for him, so they said, we'll die fighting over here on this side of the map.
Is there do you believe, Blaze, with the way this is playing out, that they need to play up aggressively against the Pioneers? I mean, the couple of rounds that they played back, they've tried to lance her out. They're just getting washed away. Do you think they got to play up into him, try to knuckle up?
Every player has to contest their man-on-man. Every lane needs to get contested at the start of round. Back lanes need to be keeping each other's heads down, you know, not allowing them to shoot for free. It allows it to be a 3v3 at the inside, and you got to play your plat. That's a 2v2 fight, and the secondaries need to get each other's attention. So if you feel like, you know, your teammates are getting jumped, everyone just make sure that your guy's looking at you. You get a shot on him, so he's focusing on the right area of the map, and you may be able to find your openings. But agreed that aggression is needed, and you see it in this round. Quick headshot coming out from Dezonide. Both these players are weak in the back lane, but PK don't give up anything for free. That's the down in which they wanted to get the trap. Xysho will get it down, but that's all he's gonna get.
Acells was gonna try to go nutty buddy right there. Goes for the roadie strafe, won't be able to get it. And, you know, turnabout is fair play. I like a little 360 before the kick. That was nice there. That was good. That was impressive, baby.
Little flashy, little kick flip right there coming on the ground. So, PK, they get themselves on the board. And it's off the back of Dezonide quick headshot that he got, right? He gets snipe, he gets them the man advantage. The strategy works out just well. But we'll see if he's able to stay accurate going into the next round. Our neutral hill will be on the checkout side of the map. So this one could play out a little bit slower than we saw in the previous rounds. The flashes will connect there in the secondaries. PK go wide. The third flash was even better. They get two kills. Raver takes over. He gets the third also. There's a pinch on the inside. Hndles taken out. Beautiful plays from the Knights.
That's what I wanted, is I wanted them to knuckle up. I want to see them try to take their fights up in the front of these situations. I mean, playing right into your opponent, not showing any hesitation, not showing any fear. They've done that twice, and they've come away with victories. And now it's 3-2. You're only one round away from tying it up.
All right, let's see if they can do it again. And they're going to be going on one of their favorite sides of the map, because this is where Dezonide gets the chance to take over playing out wide. But this is two flashes. It's a third. That was a third, actually, that we saw hit. It was two that came right before that one. And that late flash, I think, actually probably came from Dezonide, where his teammates in that lane. So beautiful pinch there. But the Pioneers, they got to protect themselves from their left this round.
Enemy contact!
Flash grenade get faked out by Acells in the middle of the map. He holds on to his. Xysho gets flashed out. He's going to roll all the way wide. Full red. Hndles is in the middle of the lane trying to protect himself. Back gaze Dezonide for the big chunk. Now he's going to get pressured from the inside. Beautiful target acquisition by Xysho. Love the way that Xysho was able to turn and quickly shot on and burn that player coming to try to flank out in the middle of the map. Absolutely lovely. This will be 4-2. They have now gone back up by 2 rounds here and are back in the lead, back in the driver's seat, really.
Back up by 2. Pioneers, they had a great response there, okay? A great response. So, you know, if Dezonide gets that down on Xysho, that round could be completely different, but it was Hndles who got the call out that, you know, back lane was weak and kind of out the fight, so Hndles moved up into the fight to draw attention towards him. Sometimes you got to just draw attention to yourself for about 5 seconds to get your teammate in a fight. You don't have to make the play. You just have to be seen and for a second and then hope that your teammates give you that same regard, flying up to protect you and draw some attention themselves. Now the smokes are out. Flash is the platform. Raver presses up. And the Incendiary comes out a little bit late, but no kills come through. And aggression from the Knights get them 2 kills off the start.
They played around him. They literally just bounced around him, allowed him to throw out those incendiaries and just stayed too wide. Dezonide's full red. He's down. About to see 5-2 here. And Blaze, I'm really impressed with the way that they oh my God.
Yo.
Yeah. The disrespect.
They want war. They want war. Shooting the Mexican Nasher. Oh no. Mexico Nasher on the ground and destroyed. They just put out a call. They said we want hands with anybody.
Blaze, I'm calling 911. I just witnessed a murder.
They put out a message to the league. They said you can try if you want. Oh man. You know.
Hey yo.
You know.
Hey yo.
You know PK about to give it everything they got after that.
Yo, they're about to turn the hell on up.
Raver says, okay, watch. Monkyz is even pressing.
Yo, he's pressing. They get the first down. Can they get the kill? Dezonide's gonna pick up that long shot, get the headshot on Bronny. He got the headshot on Bronny, who was the one lancering the Nasher out, snubbing the Nasher out. Body shot attempt is not gonna be finding anybody. Big incendiary over the top. Now Acells tries to rotate up into that position. Won't be able to get it. Hndles. He's gonna bounce around here. Burns himself alive into the incendiary. Acells being executed behind Dezonide.
Boy,
Oh yeah.
They did the wrong thing, man, because these LATAM players are passionate, okay? When you shoot the Nasher like that, you want some static, but hey, the Pioneers, they're still in the lead. Let's not get it twisted, okay? They got a 2-round lead. It's 5-3. Surely they don't let the comeback happen, right? Surely not.
I'm still on the back of my seat right now. I am bamboozled by that play. Let's see what they can do here. It's 5-3. One player looks like he's going to rotate over. It's going to be Dezonide going for those fragmentation grenades. Bronny will be up on the platform. Go for the pick onto the incendiaries. Won't be able to get it. There's the quick kill out of the Lancer. 4 versus 3. Xysho picks up the long shot. Dezonide's been called out here on this side of the map. He's going to continue to rotate around. Hndles goes up onto the platform. Nobody there to challenge him just yet. They've got him collapsed, man. This is collapsed.
They get the kill on Acells. Xysho misses the next shot. And now you'll see as Xysho getting angled out, PK get him again.
Shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have done that.
1 round away from the tie. No, like PK, I know they mad. Like Pioneers, they poke the beast. They poke the line, okay? They say you will not shoot our flag like that, okay? You will not shoot our flag and come away with it. I just want PK to have enough respect to get us to round 9. If they would or not, I think we may go there, but we ain't gonna jinx it. We're about to find out, folks. Here it goes. Raver, Dezonide, Monkyz, Gary, defending the region. It's an NA versus LATAM matchup. They'll get the snipe right away. And it's Raver with first blood on Hndles. It's Dezonide taking it slow, telling his team tranquilo, as it's a 4v3. He's looking for that shot on Xysho in the back.
See what they can do here with his next play, as it is 4-3. They got to find a kill here somewhere to try to even things up. It's 4-3. Dezonide looking across the opposite side of this map. Looking for a body shot there on his Xysho. Maybe going for the last shot as he rotates down. Xysho holding that cubby corner. That was smart. They might have tried to bait. Did they try to bait somebody? Yo, incendiary onto Acells, though. Beautiful job there. Not going to be able to push in yet. It's going to be 3v1 here. Now 4v1. Bronny won't be able to take one. Monkyz gets the kill on him. Bronny down. Here comes the finishing blow. They are going to beat him until the white meat shows, my brother. My father used to tell me that whenever I messed up, he said, I'm going to hit you in the head till the white meat shows, which I think is like your white brain matter, I think.
Yeah, it is, the white meat.
Yeah. I just remember when I heard that, I was like, my God, I thought my muscles were red. He was like, it's not your muscles, I'm beating you. I was like, what?
No, when it came down to that, the Brothers of Crime Mob, I think, said it first. Okay. They came out with a sermon called "Nuck If You Buck." All right.
Oh no. Oh no.
It's a beautiful sermon. All right. It gets the juices going. A lot of good word in that one, but we'll talk about that later. Round number 9, Raver looking to do it for the region. As he's on the platform, he gets the incinerators. There's a lot of pressure out wide. He gets a cutoff nade and an offensive one as well. They both come up short. Snipes in the hands of Hndles, and it's PK trying to settle this, trying to reset the fight. They'll lose both incinerators, and they're trying to find some nades, but Dezonide has to hop back into cover. Hndles may get a snipe over towards his teammates.
Hndles got 8. Yo, is my man using... I love how they made that skin, by the way, where it's got the Outsider logo, the Swarm logo, the Locust logo, and the Cog logo.
He's rolled up.
Where it kind of looks like I think it's like the Louis Vuitton.
Oh,
print.
that skin is so good. That black and white one?
Yeah, right there. That's what I call it, the Louis Vuitton skin, because that's how I think they're trying to impersonate it with. Yeah. It's all the logos from Gears.
They get the body shot out. The revive is there. But PK is not in a bad spot. It gets some downs, and they got the cleanup. The revives are there. The Wolfpack strategy is strong. It Hndles needs to hit a big headshot, but Xysho with the nades. All the power weapons in the hands of PK.
What is the overtime hill?
Sorry, all the power weapons in the hands of the Pioneers. Apologies. But it's the man advantage for PK. Where's the heal going to be, Colin?
First nade gets him off of the platform. I don't know when the incendiaries respawn, because he might be able to use the other frag grenade to get the kill on the player on platform when they go for the pick on the incendiary.
And they're going to get a snipe as well.
Where's Hndles at? No, because I think Hndles needs to beat... Oh, no, he needs to find an angle into the long shot.
Shit, you playing with fire.
3 players are going to push Hndles.
Yo, they got him.
They're going to get that kill.
Nade connects.
Nade from Xysho finds one, 3v2. There's no way they can win this overtime hill. They have to be picture perfect with target acquisition. Oh. One player in the hill. Gonna be Bronny going down. They got the kills. They got the hill. It's tied 1-1. 4 rounds in a row. The Knights, they come back from the depths. They win it 6-5. They tie it up in maps 1-1.
Oh,
Dezo said, "Here, take a thumbs up for all your efforts.
Don't shoot our flag again. If not, we will clap back." This series is all tied up 1-1. It's NA versus LATAM, and it's getting spicy, folks. Don't go anywhere, because we are about to heat up on Vasgar. All right, chat, welcome back. We're about to head into map number 3 on Vasgar, but we just saw some instant karma in effect there. As this series was getting heated up, we saw a little taunting there in round number 7. As you saw Pioneers hop into the lead, but PK says, "You won't shoot our flag again" on the ground, and they came back with a 4-round comeback. Colin, what a crazy map that was. And chat's on Bronny's back right now, okay? I think it's just competitiveness, okay? Some competitiveness between the regions, but Bronny did get on some people's bad side.
Bronny put himself front and center of the Pittsburgh Knights hit list, round in and round out.
He did.
He got first blooded, I think, the
back-to-back rounds. He got first blooded.
Like, it was on site, and it was like, nah, he doesn't get to get away. Like, if he gets down, like, I think it was the immediate round after when Bronny got down, they wolf-packed to his corpse. Like, they didn't, like, they weren't going to let there be a chance for a revive. Everybody was just over there all of a sudden, so... Bronny puts himself front and center on a hit list. Pittsburgh Knights put themselves front and center in this matchup because they tied up 1-1 going into a Vasgar, and they are not going to be able to avoid the conflict because Vasgar, as we know, Blaze, is the horse track. It's for some thoroughbred horses. You're going to have to run around this map. You're going to have to out-maneuver, out-shoot, out-fight your opponents. You don't get to hide from Vasgar. I know it's a meme. I know in the chat some people got some memes about Vasgar, but at the end of the day, this map makes you fight. This is like a blacktop in the middle of July when you playing 3-on-3 and you say Kings keep the court. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have to play for this one.
Yeah, nah. Honest God, true. You got to play for your spot. Okay, if not, you're gonna be on the bench. You're gonna be texting. You're gonna be on Twitter. You're gonna be practicing your dribble. But this court right here, hey, it's for the big boys, and we're about to head on to it. It's Vasgar, map number 3, to see who can get the lead in this series. And the way the Knights just came back in that one, they don't got nothing to lose. We talked about their keys to victory. It's the round-based game modes. It's executions and escalations. And with that core 3, they feel like they could win with anyone on their squad. This is a must. This is an important one for them, Colin, to go up, just in case they don't take that control in map number 4. But I would love to have 3 map 5s for today. I'm pretty sure the chat would as well. But man, what an exciting series this is.
I mean, this has been an incredible series thus far. Even with the replacement of Gary in for Fearzly, one of the things I really think that we can take away from this is the pride and the passion that the Knights have. Again, I said it before the matchup started. Dezonide, to me, Dezonide could take like you, me, and Jacob MVPR, and we'd be like 3rd place in the league. I swear to God, that's how good Dezonide is. Like, like we're all out of practice. We're all like, none of us have any idea what might be going on in the heat of the battle. But Dezonide would have us 3rd place. I'm telling you right now.
Oh, it'd be so good. Dezonide gets taken off the start by Bronny. It'd be PK looking to get towards their opponent's home hill to get a decap at C, so they don't get no lead spiraling out of control. If they can cap it, they'll take it. If not, they'll be okay with it. But you see they're playing for the cap. They get one player back on the escape, and PK, they're set up for the next 3v3 fight. It's a 1v1 down low. PK gets 2 flashes out, and they'll back up, and they'll put their Lancers up.
Big Lancer fire out here. 3 players stacked up here at the Sea Hill, just keeping the Pioneers off of the back end. Looking for another couple of downs to be able to finish off a kill or 2 here. Hndles down yet again, going for the revive. No utilities to use to push back into this as well.
None whatsoever.
I mean, Dezonide
no
to
team
Bronny.
has it.
No, Bronny gets down by Dezonide. Oh my God, that's a triple cap domination.
Oh, and this is a domination. EK had 2 great counter flashes when the Pioneers tried to move up, and that's what I was saying. And they put their Lancers back up. At that point, they had kind of won that engagement because the Pioneers had nothing to work with unless they died there. They had to step into that hill in the open, but the Knights had all the angles. They'll take round number 1 and pick up where they left off. They stay undefeated. After the flag shooting, they stay undefeated.
I mean, they might stay undefeated the rest of the time.
They might, looking like that, playing with a different fire. They woken up. The Pioneers, they got some calm tonight. That's what they wanted. So this is their karma. Now Botox on the map. We'll see. We may see another, maybe a 3-1 break, a little 2-2 coming out from the Pi, a 2-2 coming out from PK, playing at the top portion of the map. We see the Botox being picked up by Monkyz. He'll play here towards the middle. Raver gets some intel from his team by peeking that corner that he saw 2. They see the 3rd as well. So this is a stalemate across the board. Pioneers will shift down to this B hill. They have to, and I think Dezonide knows that. So does he cut across mid-map to try to help his teammates? Will he back up to C? Because they are going to be pressing. Dezonide can get some angles here from the middle. Just set his team up. Just a little bit of damage. This team can take this over, but the Botox are hitting from Monkyz, forcing these players back.
Flash grenade out. Dezonide's going to have to back off here. 2-1 hill advantage in favor of the Pioneers for a moment. Bronny in a 1v1 on his opposite side. Monkyz will go down to the big body shot in the extra Lancer. 3 players from the Knights. They're going to wolf pack straight up the baby stairs here. Bobby stairs. Oh my God. Colin learned English. Big Botox shots out from the Monkyz side of the map because he's going to be holding this one down. There's no way that he's going to be able to be pushed against. That Botox with 5 shots. I was going to say, there's no reason for them to push here because I think Dezo won the opposite side of the map. Ooh. They're just going to get these kills. They're going for another triple
domination.
Domination.
Get all 3. The revive. The side
This is Monkyz Hill. Oh, no, it's not.
The
he got headshotted by Xysho. I was going to say, he's holding this thing down with that Botox.
Yeah, just get in and they win it.
They're undefeated.
Oh,
Yo, call it off.
Hold up, man. This is getting scary for the Pioneers. Oh, boy. Oh boy. You know what the crazy part is that even after that round 7, right, on checkout, they even converted some American fans over to PK fans after that comeback. They say, hey, they say, yo, we US, but we repping LatAm for this series now.
I mean, shoot, you see somebody get knocked the hell out on the front porch, you might cheer for the other guy. Sooner or later, you might be sitting there going, you know what?
You're like, hey,
remind me not to be mad at you, okay?
Alva.
Yeah. That's the best comment I've seen all night. What in the Florida is going on?
What in the Florida is happening, everybody? As we are seeing the Pioneers, they all press forward. They want to get their opponent's home hill. They break out into a 2-2. They got the setup that they want, and this could be a good round to get some momentum back in their favor if they win both of these 2v2 fights. They know they only need to win one. It's a lead here for PK, so they're going to be the defensive team. Gary backs up. He dodges a few shots. Couldn't get the second shot off that he needed to, but the retro's in Raver's hand. He's going to keep pre-firing that cover. He can't get the heal cap just yet, but ooh, he gets the damage in that he needs on Hndles.
Do it to him, Raver.
Revive if he don't get
Do it to him. Retro charge him down the stairs. Invoke your punishment upon it.
So Ravers take the Retro Lancer to C. This is going to be another domination, Colin. If it's looking like it, they got the heal capped up, but they need to be able to get the downs. But you see that Dezonide or Monkyz couldn't get out, and Raver, he'll just back up with the Retro Lancer in hand. Spoke a little bit too soon, but it was looking scary the way I saw those 3 members of Pioneers kind of grouped up at the B hill. Ultimately, they still got 2 hills to their name. Gary will give some help over to Raver. They've been working together in tandem very well. Dezonide joins the fight. Raver's trying to move forward. He knows he has to get a kill. He goes big. Dezonide gets taken out. It's Raver by himself.
What we're going to do here is Raver across from 2 players here. They're going to try to go wide on him, try to get the damage on him. Somebody needs to be able to hold that ledge, though, to be able to damage onto him. Yo, he just continued to put out bricks, ladies and gentlemen. 2-1 hill advantage in favor of the Pioneers. Knights off of respawn now, working their way back into the hill. There's Monkyz getting into the B hill, going for the neutralization. He gets it off, but he goes down immediately. Now, the Pioneers have to play toward their home hill, have to play defensively. Gary steps in and goes for the decap, isn't able to get it. Acells goes super wide. There's another flashbang. Gary rolls away from it, looking for another one. There's the down, double down by Hndles. Both players down. They're going to get cleaned up. 2v1 here toward the B-hill. Bronny has to rotate out here. He has to stay safe for a moment, try to buy his team some time to either come in for the help or to get over to the A-hill. They're going to get into the B-hill, but Bronny's full red down and now not dead, but big up A comes out, misses the melee. Needs one more shot on. Raver alive here at the B-hill. He's going to rotate up. Big back A on the Bronny. Secondary shot comes through. Goes to the up A. Doesn't get it. He goes down. B-hill about to be retaken by Pioneers.
2v2A is so important for the Knights if they can get it. It turns into a 1v1. Dezonide trying to take down the meat shield, but he has to play wide on his right. 2 good shots, but this time is all on time. That's going to be Pioneers getting their first round on the board. See, I get lost in the fight sometimes, you know what I'm saying? I be, battle per battle, like I'm in the game. I need somebody to tell me, tranquilo sometimes. Back up, Blaze, all right? It's a dub. We got the hill. Retro Lancers being built up. They'll turn into some shot grenades. Will we get a centerline power weapon? No, not anytime soon. The Knights, they're up in the lead. They don't want to change up the map too drastically in this moment. So last time we saw them, they split up into a 2-2, allowed Monkyz to grab the utility grenade and kind of play up here towards mid-map. They had a lot of success playing up on their opponent's home hill. But Pioneers, they're not going to allow Dezonide to get any 1v1s against Bronny. He sees it. He says, I got 2. Monkyz, he cuts to them this time around. They get a shot grenade on the hill or the stairs. He does toss it. It's on the stairs on the inside. Monkyz taking out 2 big kills from Bronny. And now the Pioneers going to try to get some Lancer fire across map. You see Gary get a shot from his right. He's trying to back out of the angle. His teammate there for the revive. That was smart for them to press forward rather than pressing back, but they couldn't get the kills that they needed.
We are not going to see a triple cap domination in this round due to the extra help there for Acells. Over at the B-hill, it's going to be a 2v2 momentarily. It looks like Dezo and Monkyz pushing up on the Bronny and Xysho. Triple cap domination threatened for just a moment. Monkyz jumps out into the open, gets himself down here.
That's good for the Pioneers.
Opposite side, Pioneers get one down. Now there's a second down against the Pioneers. Monkyz just went ahead and made sure that he's going to come off a respawn as fast as humanly possible. You see multiple players from the Pioneers backing up. They're going to be pressured into a 3v1 because they're going to have to get into the hill. One player's going to step in. It's going to be Raver. Full red, not going down just yet. Gary rotates up with a flashbang in hand. Big shot around the top. Xysho kills Acells, but Acells kills Deza. Now Gary gets the down on Xysho. Revives are in and through. 2-1 hill advantage coming back in favor of the Knights momentarily. Bronny having to play back defensively. Gets swiped off the map. Beautiful job and movement there by Gary. They're fighting back against the tide here are the Pittsburgh Knights.
They are. Monkyz is on a great flank. That flash is solid. No stuns, no hit markers, but the pressure is there. Calls it out to his teammates. Player 1 gets the cap, but no one was able to get C off the respawn. This is going to continue. PK will have to probably win one more team fight. They want to be able to capture this B hill. They're doing a good job working together, playing their numbers, cutting back. Now they just need to defend the home hill one more time. Oh, that was the shot. Oh, they got it. 3-1 lead. It was a, 125-point lead for the Pioneers right there, but PK took it slow. They took a breath, and they worked their numbers there. And this was like, Bronny got a huge double kill off the start. The Pioneers was controlling B. They had pressure on PK's spawn, but they fought their way out, Colin.
I really do believe that that team kill changed the genetic outlook of that final fight, because you have that team kill, and now what you're going to have is another couple of players being able to press up a little bit harder, and then they get the Wolfpack back over at the arrival side of the map. Big power weapon is placed down now at the tank. We come here to the second half of the map with a 3-1 lead for the Knights. Knights are going to roll out of spawn, and Raver looks like he's going to go toward the E hill, toward that mid-neutral hill, and maybe take the 1v1 against Bronny.
Raver locked in. He'll miss his flash, but he gets the cover that he wanted here on the fridge. He can play around this however he wants. Bronny is also okay with his positioning because his back's towards the wall. You can see anyone coming from the spawn. His teammates can help him if they come off the respawn as well. That's a stalemate. Now the Knights, if they may try to make a play here towards the bottom hill at tank, but it's not nothing to really play for. Pioneers have a better fight working downhill, so they say, Raver, take them out for us one good time. That's all you got to do. Win one fight. You win one fight, we'll win this round.
And Raver, I really like.
He's going for a weird shot. Yeah,
he's just trying to hit that little bit of pixel to try to give him some initial damage to maybe give him a chance to bounce up into a one-shot area. Bronny's hoping for a back A over here. I mean, Bronny's just being patient. That is an incredible amount of patience, but the shock is in place. The down on a Gary, but they're not able to get the kill just yet. They're going to push those two players off. They're going to probably rotate another player over to E-Hill and try to secure a 2v1 advantage. Raver gets rap-shotted by Bronny. Ronnie now has to worry about two more players. He's full red. Missed shot there, but he's continuing to get lancered. Goes for a back A. Won't be able to get it. Home-to-home spread coming in for the Pioneers. Only player playing defense of the home hill for the Pioneers is Xysho.
And this is momentarily. The F hill isn't going to be an easy hill for the Pioneers to hold. They'll have to work back towards E soon. They are getting pressured at D, and this is, PK's move to kind of flip the map. Even if these players die, depending on when they die, their teammates can have the E hill back in their favor. But they both go down, and help came, but help came to a little bit late. The fight didn't break out the way the Knights wanted to, and the Pioneers are going to eat up. Great shots coming out from Xysho. Great defense on top of the D hill. Look at the skulls on the map. Completely outplayed PK in that round. The Pioneers put another one on the board.
That first shot grenade was purely perfection. It went on the opposite side of the tank, so when they got the initial damage and pressured that player back to the opposite side of it, he went down, but there's nowhere for you to drop down off of that ledge. Even if you come down the stairs, he can't crawl towards you toward the stairwell because it opens up a Lancer lane. So it was just an incredible piece of utility placement.
It was. And to create that play on Gary, because it was a stalemate for a long portion of that round. So it was very few team fights that were going to kind of break out in two. We saw two in total. But yeah, Gary just got to watch his back there. Bronny's going to play up into the hill right away. Raver just shows enough aggression to get him out. He has a right hand. Some good pistol shots, a flash to the right. He got him stunned. He knows that he'll play up a little bit. Oh, actually didn't stun him. Came up a little bit short.
That stun worked out, but Raver is going to go to the top side of the stairwell and hold down. Dezo on the flank now. Picture perfect flank. He gets the retro. She gets the retro shots into the area. 3 players from the Pioneers on the opposite side of the map. They get the first down. They need to get a secondary or maybe even a tertiary onto Gary. They're going to be trading out revives, but Xysho with a quick pick there onto the long shot. Dezonide up top, not able to get that first kill. Trading out blows here, 1 for 1 thus far in this matchup. Now Dezo's down. Xysho moves into a position here to try to decap the D-Hill. Now it's up to Raver. Is Dezo still down on the ground? They're going to bleed him. Yeah, they bleed him to the last second, and Raver goes down. That is a misstep to me. Monkyz has to fly into the hill and drop the flashbang at his feet. He's going to stun himself out. Teammates are going to have to come off a respawn and do the same exact thing here.
Oh, and they get a little tap on the hill, but 2 more. They'll get some solid touches. That meat shield got to go. That meat shield is so problematic here for PK. And that's a fresh one in the hands of the Pioneers. 1 more touch, but that's going to be it. That's going to be it. The Pioneers tied up 3-3. Now we got to move on over towards round 7. We saw a sniper placed into the round there. And the Pioneers, once they acquire it, they press forward and they were able to angle out those players from PK that was in that lower lane at the look over at tank. So PK will start to catch up in some of these weapon placements, and you'll see the Pioneers get themselves a nade on their side of the map. You know, this is going to be PK's good side to play for the power weapon. You know, in hindsight, it was good that they put that snipe down while they were in the lead. And, you know, yeah, so. And, you know, some people may feel like, you know, we're hyping up this series, you know, but hey, I tell you one thing, man, PK having a sub, you know, getting their butts kicked in map number 1, being down 5-2, to be able to make a comeback for their region, I think that's super exciting right there. All right, you poke the beast, you get the fangs, and this Knight squad going up against your defending champions at full force with a substitute, giving them a run for their money. Woo! A quick turnaround from Hndles. He'll pick up the kill. And now a man advantage, 2-man advantage for the Pioneers on the map. They're trying to get the flank through the home hill, but they got to do it quickly. The bow will connect.
Triple cap domination might get threatened here for just a moment. Hndles going to back off into the hill. Allow for some help to possibly come through. Shots there onto Gary with the snub. Gonna active the torque and go for the quick rev here. Shot on, that's a double. Beautiful job getting the pick on the player, going for the revive. Monkyz will push in. He's gonna have to try to get a touch on the hill. Goes to the roadie strafe. He gets 1, but will go down. Now the meat shield is in. 2 players push in. Dezonide stuck at the bottom of the stairwell. 4-3, Pioneers. They will take the lead, and you know what, Blaze? Shame on us for hyping up a match. You know, forgive us for doing our job, trying to talk about the situation at hand, the storylines that may be unfolding in front of our eyes. We should probably just go back to going, he shoots, he gets a kill, he shoots, there's another kill, he bounces, Wow, so entertainment.
Oh my
Much
God, this
fight.
is amazing. Congrats, they won a shoddy fight. Now, as you see, you know, when it came down to these weapon placements, they are spicy across the board, okay? You know, especially having that bow down, you can literally set up a fight anywhere on this map. PK, I'm so curious to see what game plan they're gonna come up with to stop, you know, the Pioneers. They've won 4 in a row, giving them some of the taste of their own medicine from that last map. And this one gets spread out completely into so many separate 2v2s. So many, these are pretty much 1v1 lanes at this point. But everybody's working together. Multiple power weapons on the map. Everybody has some nades to work with, rather if it's a flash, an incendiary, a shot grenade, a few smokes. We got it all. Now it comes down to who can use the utility that they got to create an advantage, create an opening. We saw the shot try to catch that player out at Fridge. Some action, some smokes going down at the tank side. Some more action on Dezonide, trying to hold his right, playing it tight, but the Lancer fire in the back. Oh, the quick down, but Hndles able to get the wrap shot, wins the fight for his teammate. Gary gets a kill with Incendiary, and now the snipe's gonna go in the hands of Monkyz as he's looking to push forward, holding his Lancer angle, forcing his opponent down into the trench. The home hill should go in favor of the Knights, but they'll back down. They'll just keep the weapon they got. They'll lose a member, but they got a power weapon.
Looking for another shot on Hndles with the torque bow in hand. Won't be able to find that first one. Body shot out by Monkyz, looking for the opportunity to maybe push in. Smoke will come in. Now a secondary kill. Dezonide gets the headshot onto the Acells. Torque bow revving, hits the pick onto Dezo, shuts down the initial retake. Monkyz, 2 shots left in the bucket for the quiver into the chambering.
This is a big capture.
Yo, Hndles has been nuts with that.
Oh, he didn't cap it. He needed that extra second just to kind of slow his opponents down. But at the end, look at this, 20 seconds. Staying alive was the most important play for him. And he almost, well, he does do it. So 4v4 on the map for now. Pioneers building up on their lead. I don't think Hndles has any more bows to work with. If he does, it's got to be at least one.
I think what we need to see from Hndles here is this initial pick. If they can get enough damage on the Monkyz, they're going to be able to pressure him on the opposite side of the tank. There's a beautiful flash by the Pioneers. 2 players on the Knights locked up over there for just a moment. Acells playing his angle, playing his down and distance. Returning fire. They get 1 down onto Acells. Hndles redowns Monkyz. Now they push up. Monkyz is going to get revived here momentarily. Hndles is all by himself in the tank fight. 222 and counting. Hndles needs to be careful. If he goes down over here, there might be a chance for a round steal by the Knights. Hndles will go down. They have to fly to the F-Hill. They have to get over there. Gary has to win a 1v1 at the E-Hill. The F-Hill have to maintain possession by the Knights. They cannot lose this side of the map.
He tried his best. Here comes the flank from 2 more players. They know that they got to work through the spawn if they want a chance at this round. Trying to dodge the shots. He waits for help. The revive is there. They get help on the other side. That's a huge kill. They're in the hill. It's a little reset. It's neutralized. Oh, he misses the back A, but he stays alive. He goes for another one. Still being held, but not enough time. Not enough players on the map.
No more resets. No more resets. No more rounds. The Pioneers will shut it down in 8. They win 4 in a row to go up 2-1 and take us in to our map number 4. Beautiful job by the Pioneers. After the long shot drop, they start to take the tide. So the Knights answer back. The Pioneers say 2 power weapons ain't no problem. Ain't no reason for us to be afraid. We're going to pick them both up and we're going to get our specialty. We're going to put the torque in a man named Hndles' hands and he's going to get the kills, that thrill that get us the hills. What a very good final round. Unbelievable job to try to get it as close as they did. Fighting over that final hill, getting touch after touch, reset. People just tap dancing in and out of the hill. I mean, basically playing the hokey pokey. You put your left foot in, you put your right foot out, you put your left foot in, and you turn it all about, baby. But the Pioneers, they said, look, I like dancing as much as the next guy, but I'd like to win this round real quick. So they put him down right there at the end. I think it was about 3 more seconds, and the Knights end up winning that round. I think that was the differential. I'd have to see the last few moments because
it was that close. It was that close.
247 to like 236, and I think with the next 3 seconds, they would have been 242 to 247, and even with the recap.
It was 243 to like 221. It was that close because they had to get 7 seconds at the end. And yeah, man, what a crazy finish that was for that You know
what?
But
that finish was so good, Blaze. I think we ought to send reflections to Arby's for some Frosties.
That'd be awesome. Okay, that'd be great. All right, I'll take a vanilla one, please. Thank you. Yo, can I get some chocolate frosting on that too as well? Sure. Let me get some chocolate syrup on that, right? A little syrup with the vanilla.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that to him. I had to, though.
All good. Yo, we love you, Taylor. We also love some great gears, and that's what we're getting. So it's Pioneers who are up 2-1 as we got to head on over towards our next control map, which is going to be on Ritual. You know, the Pioneers feel like they can close it up in this 4th map because the control that we saw before was close, Colin, but, you know, after a while, the Pioneers realized that they were the better team in the game mode, and they pulled away with it.
And going into the next control, they've still got to contend with a very gamey, a very stout and tough Knights team, especially when the Knights put their mind to it, and they were able to single target focus. They were able to come away with that execution map, and they were making this escalation extraordinarily interesting. This play by Hndles to me might be one of the better plays in that entire map. The way he was able to stay alive to continue to buy time. I mean, that was that situation where I think it bought enough time for people to come off a respawn.
It did, because like it made it where it was a 1v1 on a hill for the reset, rather than a 2v1 that a player from the Pioneers had to fight. So that was a big kill from Hndles. He should have probably never got there, but hey, he came out on top, and that one turned around in the later portions that avoided that round number 9. So Pioneers, they get it done, but we got to move on over towards Ritual on Control, where they're gonna be looking to close out this series.
Blaze, I'm taking a look at this, and all of a sudden I get the feeling, I get a deep-seated feeling, this matchup ain't over with. It is not done by a long shot.
Because
Ritual is an extraordinary. It's an extraordinarily good Knights map. And the Knights are incredible at Ritual, so this could very well go the whole distance, go the full 5.
It truly can. It truly can. And so especially when you have the core 3 of Dezonide, you know, you got Monkyz out here, you got Raver, the Glasses gang. All right, you know, they see in the future. Okay, they got eyes for triple the people. And you know, when it comes down to it, no matter who you put in that 4th spot, they will be competitors. But Gary came to play tonight, everybody. He truly did. And we'll see if PK can have a better performance here on a Control. Would it be at a map in which they're comfortable in, Colin?
I think they've got to have an early initial, like a very stout initial, because of how that district went, where the reset of the hills spelt doom and gloom on district for the Pittsburgh Knights. They've got to be very stout the first 5 or 6 hills. They cannot allow that first half of the map to be as close as it was, because the Pioneers will eventually figure out the wrinkle in your defense to take control of the map some way, somehow. And that's the thing that they got to be concerned with. If they can jump out to an early 100, 110 point lead, something along those lines, have some wiggle room, there's a chance that you frustrate the Pioneers into that head down sector, into that same situation that has caused them to lose this very Ritual map several times before. So I think that's what they have to do. If they cannot get that early initial, they can't jump out in front like that they would probably like to. That's where things are going to get, they're going to get a little contesty for them around, I would say, the end of the first set of rotational hills. Also, that was the Pioneers' map. That was the Pioneers' map.
Pioneers map pick. Okay. Yeah, Pioneers picked 1, 3, and 5 for this one.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think. So that means they picked the map. So that means the Knights hosted. So this time it'll be a Pioneers host. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure, and Pioneers will be on COG. Okay. I'm trying to get my spawns straight in my head for P2 and so on.
Exactly. How you thinking about it? All right. You know, break it down for us, Colin. As the stage is getting set. It's map number 4. We're heading on over towards Ritual Control, and we have been blessed with map 5 throughout all our series. But if this one goes the distance, man, this would be the most exciting map 5 that we've had thus far, and we all want it. But the Knights got to get us there. We just want a great show. But Pioneers, they don't care what we want to see. Okay, they just know what job they got to get done. As the Pioneers, they all about that business. They all about cashing that check. They all about being the best and letting everyone know in the league that you cannot beat them. And so they're going to be looking to prove that once again on a map in which they're very talented on. Let's see if they can close this one out and wrap up the night. It's going to be a banger. You don't want to miss out so far. Both these teams, and they want this series bad.
No doubt about it. And then this initial, they're going to have to fight over that altar, over that positioning of the map toward that giant Wakatu statue all the way in the backside. Here we go with the smokes coming out. Pioneers clogging up the sight lines. First flashbang from Raver comes out. Now it's going to get the shot over the top. Trading blows back and forth. Xysho moves into the middle. Will not be able to get a down or a kill just yet. Both teams stacked up picture perfectly over here. It's 4v4, Blaze.
4v4. This one is slowed down. No one giving up an inch. But who will be able to find it? Raver moves up. That flash goes deep to prevent the Lancer from crossing. Got to get the down, but a quick revive comes out. Chaos erupted. It's the Pioneers picking up the kills. There's 3 members left of PK. They're able to clean house. They take out everyone on the side of the Pioneers, and now they're going to start rotating for these spawns. A few players spawn behind each other down low. It got crazy. Now they all turn around. They're like, hold up. We still got 2 here. A wild spawn. but PK will lose a member, maybe two, and Pioneers will rotate to the spawn, but the heal all in favor of PK.
Sitting at the original hill, Gary will continue to rack up some points here. 2 more bolts to be able to be used out of the quiver for Gary. Gary moving up toward Bronny. Big shot over the top. Team revive comes out, back out of Bronny, gets 1. Now Bronny picks up the 2nd. They will get the trash time on the hill. They need to move over and get a quick couple of kills. They got to move over toward P number 2 here momentarily.
Dezo getting pressed by 2 people, but he has a cross from Monkyz. He'll be able to hold out the wide angle, but the inside angle is covered by Raver. He gets a kill. Bronny's now in a 3v1 as the Knights turn around. They'll focus the same target, knowing that they still have numbers. They're looking for the last 2 at the back of the spawn. They'll find Xysho. Hndles finds him a kill. He's always good for 1, right? As the Knights collecting on P2, they're able to slow this one down a bit and force Pioneers to have to make a difficult decision.
Looking to try to get another set of kills here. You see Raver having to rotate out as they are already inside of the hill. Already waiting for the retake to come through from the Pioneers. They get 1 down. They get a 2nd kill here. 1 more inside of the hill. I believe that's Gary. Gary fighting tooth and nail to stay alive over here, bouncing around as much as he can. He's going to get taken down, killed off. P number 2 taken over by the Pioneers momentarily. Dezonide's going to bounce up in toward that new torque bow. 15 seconds left on it. It's going to be a 2v2 here at the altar side of the map. Dezo helping with his teammate, but here's the call out on Bronny. Gets the easy kill onto him. Now Acells in a 2v1. He's going to be taken down, and it looks like the Knights are going to push on over. Trying to go for a final retake to ensure that they keep the lead going into P3.
Now, the Knights, that's a good shot from Raver. Even a better shot through the smoke. 2 kills acquired. They'll get a mark on the nades, and Raver's going to try to hunt this guy down. They're also got to play for next. They see that Pioneers, they do have the spawns in which they want. Monkyz has the Bodo. We'll be able to make usage of their power weapons the best. That's a great start from Bronny getting that kill. That will allow his team to start getting points initially. Xysho takes 2 full spreads there, and his team is susceptible to getting flanked. That Lancer Fire is going to focus that guy in the corner. Hndles takes a big shot. Monkyz trying not to die with multiple bowls in his back pocket. A huge kill from Bronny, but it's still a 2v2 in the hill. Dezonide's going to get the spawn for his team. Monkyz got 1 more bow left.
See what they can do here. What Monkyz is going to get a bunch of body shots here and some help from the front side. Xysho gets the down on him, has to hold up into the cover. Down from Bronny from downtown here. Smoke will come out. Multiple members from the Knights are going to move in from the front side of the map. Here comes Dezo. He's marked out. Not a lot of damage done to him, though, so he can kind of stay safe here with Gary. He's down. Now the down through Gary comes on. Hndles, by the way, shout out one time, Hndles, this is the first time I've seen a Gary Carmine in a hot minute in Pro League.
Yeah, it's probably been a while. I haven't paid too much attention to it. As you see, Hndles, he gets taken out there. Bronny left by himself. Acells flanking around the side. He gets taken out there by Monkyz. Xysho maybe waiting for a new bow, or he just spawned up and wants to support his teammates. He'll now get some support from Hndles as both teams contesting each other here at the Ritual. Good smoke coming out from the Pioneers, blocking off all these sight lines, but there's a flank from PK, and it's a good flank. Gary gets the down. There's 2.
Oh, what a
he needs to move in for the cleanup. He gets 1 kill, but that's all he can get. His team almost finishes off the fight, but a last-second save from Hndles. I know Gary wished he had his Lancer in that situation.
Oh, without a doubt. You see Hndles moving up here on the right-hand side. Torque bow on his back. 4 bolts to use. Pioneers going for the retake. Bronny gets the first down on a Monkyz. Monkyz will get revived momentarily. Gary's going to get that first kill onto Bronny on the headshot, but Hndles picks Raver on the top side of the cover, and now in the middle of the map, Dezonide gets a kill onto Xysho, trading back and forth, the kill feed lighting up both sides, but waits for Dezo to hit the corner. I don't even care. Acells was already down. That was such a beautifully timed torque.
It was. Dezo did good taking 1. But you still got to deal with these bowls coming from Hndles, and he's pre-firing them. He's making it difficult for the Knights to get set up. He knows exactly the POIs in which they're trying to focus on, and you see multiple members of the Knights trapping Pioneers in a corner. They'll pick up 2 kills. It's a 3v2, 3v1. Xysho the last one left. Here's a quick respawn coming out as well. The Xysho backs up. He says, hold on, I take that back. You got to headshot it.
Lancer fire from the Pioneers being answered by Lancer fire from the Knights. Bronny full red. He will go down if he steps out of this cover, I believe. Flash is going to come in. Going for the overtake here. Flash is being answered back by the Knights now. Knights push in. 2 kills already come through. Bronny last alive, trying to just get 1, but he won't be able to get any. He'll go down, and the hill will not be neutralized out. Dezonide just holding him outside of the hill, and they're going to rotate out here in a moment. It'll be 99 to 120 after the first 4 points of the map.
Now the Knights trying to play for a new bow that comes up in 20 seconds. They want to take a wide angle, but they also know that the Pioneers have a presence mid-map, so they don't want to cross that street. They don't want to cross those stairs in front of them and put themselves in that little position. So that means that they're going to give up the bow for the time, or building up the lead and just try to... Oh, they move out in the nick of time to push back the Pioneers. Their focus was on Bronny. They get 1 down, they get a good shot on them. And they will get this. No, Bronny gets the kill on Gary. He's taken out. Dezo stays alive. He gets to his teammates. And now Xysho and Acells doing their best to win the 2v2. They got the down. A quick revive comes out for him so both players can be full health. Hndles gets turned on. Monkyz with the bow on the ground. Gets the splash damage on Xysho. Calls for his teammates to push forward. He says, I got 1 more. Don't worry.
Another bolt in, kills out Acells. 2 players to the bottom side of this ledge. Hndles looking over the top. Hndles trying to get this flank angle. It's a beautiful Lancer damage. Unbelievable. Very paramount to be able to have
that well.
Perfect trigger discipline. Xysho holding on to his bottom set of stairwell cover, allowing those players to either up A around the corner or put themselves into no man's land. Gets the kill. Gary, he'll get the new set of nades, and it looks like the Knights have already started to rotate.
Yeah, that was good for the Knights. They get the nades off the respawn. They burn the bows. They split that last hill, and they still got themselves the lead. But now they need to get themselves on the same page, and Monkyz will be able to find a kill, but Bronny finds one as well. He's taken out. That's 3 members down on the side of the Pioneers. Also, the Knights still got 1 nade to work with as well. They'll get set up as it's 4 seconds remaining on O. The spawns are marked, and now the Knights are on the same page.
Blaze, we move into the final hill of this first set of rotation. I said they needed to jump out to a big lead. They need to have a good defensive stand here before the second half of this map, really to solidify it in their favor and try to take us to a map number 5.
I like that. I agree.
This is right here where they need to hold on to this. 60 seconds to go. Could get them into the 200-point marker area. Dezonide's going to be full red. Not going to go down just yet. He tries to stand up against the flash grenade. He's going to go down. Knights fighting back against 2 or 3 members of the Pioneers here. Meanwhile, over at the hill, it's a 2v1. Almost won by the Knights as well. Monkyz gets 1. Monkyz going for 2, bouncing around as much as he can. Full red.
Ooh,
he's going to go down. Not going to be dead just yet. There's an up A, but it's traded out immediately by Gary. Gary will go down. He'll get behind the cover, though. And this might lead to the Pioneers being able to fight back into this. Even though the Knights have the close respawn, the Pioneers are going to play back, and they're going to play a little bit defensively around each other. Lancer out, make sure that people have to get chased to try to get killed off.
And now you see the Knights trying to flip this spawn super wide as they'll take down Xysho. It's 19 seconds of scrap time remaining. You want to start playing for next, but you also, you want that victory of taking over this hill. They'll get themselves a slight lead, probably a 1-point lead. Give themselves some scrap time to be able to rotate. They actually cut a little bit shorter because they got the bow. They says, hey, you technically feel like it's a tie game anyway. Ooh, I thought it was a team stick. We've seen so many close bows this map, but PK, they keep threading the needle.
Almost threaded the needle directly on his own cover. Bronny goes down. Now Acells is getting pushed out by 2 players. 1 bolt left in the quiver for Raver to use. He's going to go for the quick active reload. Try to use that to get a pick to shut down the next offensive retake from the Pioneers. Won't be able to get that first one. Acells gets the down on Monkyz. Quick revive onto him. Now the kill comes through. He actually bleeds out. Nade comes through from Hndles. Gets the kill onto Gary. Now they have a man advantage, 2-man advantage at the hill. They need to pressure out these kills. They're actually going to let him skedaddle away here. That doesn't hurt them necessarily. It gives them a chance to get back into this. This is what they were able to do thus far, is they are simply fighting back into this moment after moment, trying to keep it very close, trying to keep themselves in a position to play spoiler here and try to win it 3-1. Monkyz with a deep flash over the top of Bronny. Now the Lancer damage from Xysho, keeping both players a little bit off kilter. Playing on the pillar, body shot there, won't get any help just yet. He's gonna try to go wide. He's gonna get Lancered. Beautiful job. This is very tit for tat, Blaze. This is picture
so close.
perfect. I mean, this is on a knife's edge. They're riding a lightning bolt right now.
Great defense coming out from both teams, everyone. And we are seeing the Knights. They knew that if they could not get that hill, at least they'll have spawns for next. So they knew the score wouldn't be too crazy out of their control. Only a 24-point lead here coming out for the Pioneers. This player secret man in his spawn, and Monkyz gets a huge kill. He wanted to step up for a second, but tried his best to play his life. He knew that these other players were weak. It's a 3v3, and the spawn is in favor of the Pioneers, and it's a lone spawn coming out from Monkyz across the map. His teammates are not going to be able to win this fight. Hndles, he'll take himself out in a 1v1. That bow may be on the ground. You got a few members of the Pioneers running over there to secure the power weapon, as they're going to keep building up on their lead.
Bronny holding on to the close respawn for his team. Has an angle as well. Hndles gets the far respawn. He gets a very distant one. He's going to be able to pincer out these two players in the middle of the map. 40 seconds left on this hill. Pittsburgh Knights have to push back into this. Nade comes out. No kill on the first. Looking for a kill with the second. You see Acells hop the cover. Gets one up A. Now goes for a second reaction shot. Acells shutting him down. 1, 2. Looking for 3. Can't do it this time. Dezonide shuts that down, and it is very necessary for Dezonide to win that fight just to prevent the Pioneers from having every moment of this hill.
Now Hndles comes in for the revive. Dezonide knows he got some help. Bronny misrolls. Hndles taken out as well. We're gonna have another tie game after the scrap time goes over. You know, for me, when I look at the score, if we have a 10 to 15 point differential, that's a tie game in my book, because you get that in one team fight win. Get that back with ease.
Are they going to wait for 20 seconds for the new torque bow? I mean, they've got about 15 to 20 to hold on until the next hill spawn.
Much, though.
At least 10 to 12 seconds, really, until that new torque. See 3 seconds left on the hill. They're going to at least stay here for a Lancer retraction. It's a 3v3 over here. I'm surprised they didn't back one player up into the hill. Acells gets marked out toward the backside of the hill. They're going to be in that position, garnering points. Acells is going to continue to get tagged up here. Raver's going to move into that position, go for the revive. Triple Lancer onto him. Nobody's able to get that kill just yet. They're going to go for a quick little retake here. 60 seconds left on the hill. Raver gets a kill, but Acells answers right back on the Monkyz. Now Raver looking through the smoke. Got to the mark. Gets the one onto Acells. Now looking for a third onto Hndles. He's just below the stairwell. Hndles bounces in. Gets tagged. 3 in a row. Raver. 4 in a row. Raver gets... That is the play of the day. You debate your mama on that one.
Oh my God. Raver snipes them all and gets his team into the hill. Now he's holding the line off his right hand, getting some solid shots out with his pistols. The marks are there. A little late flash on the ground. He'll be able to get those comms to his team, and no one's pushing just yet. Dez on the flank. He'll have the intel as well. Multiple players down on the stairs. There's 20 points remaining. This is going to be another lead change, and we got some scrappy hills after this one, Colin.
Yeah, this is the mid-neutral hill in the top of the middle of the map. Monkyz pushing in, tries to go for that big body shot on his Xysho. Won't be able to get it. Get one kill, 253 to 254. Knights with a 1-point lead going in to the next position. Point number 4 on the map. Out of 6 in a rotation for hills. This could very well be it. You see multiple players rotating around the map now. Dezo on a flank angle, trying to get that wide 90 degree. You see the Pioneers trying to pressure out as a unit, as a team. Get kill after kill. Dezonide continuing to add damage. Xysho pushes back into the spot to the backside of the casket. Will get taken down.
Raver.
Unbelievable job. Raver has done it all for his squad thus far, but he goes down. The Pioneers will take over the lead.
Oh, man. Gary being sneaky. Hndles don't even see him here. Does not. Oh, he see the tip of that gun. I see the tip of that gun. You see it on the cover? Stick it out. You see him. Going for a quick L trigger. Hits him with a headshot, a body shot. Can't get the down. Great effort, though. 2 downs from Xysho across the map. It's a... Oh, that was huge. The fact that Dezonide got the cross. They're getting pinched. They need these kills cleaned up as soon as possible. But here comes the Pioneers. They can win off this hill.
I mean, the Knights have to run. They have to fly. It's no longer a question of when do we go. You have to go. Big down there by Acells. This could be it. Monkyz, only player at the hill. He's going to go down. One more playing through the backside. Double wrap shot comes out. One more to contest. It's going to be Dezo. Wrap shot missed, but the back aid doesn't. Pioneers, they'll take it in 4, 3-1. Shut them down on point 10, Hill 10. It took them a whole 16 minutes. 2 seconds don't count in my book. I'm rounding that bad boy up, but Raver, he was your MVP of that map. And I know we might not see it, but he had to play it today to bait your mama on that one.
Boy, Pioneers get this one done. But it was a hard-fought battle from them. And you saw Raver as the MVP. The last 2 maps, he had 10K more damage, I want to say, than his entire team after that escalation in the last map. He comes out as MVP in map number 4. He shut it down in an execution as well. But, you know, it's the Pioneers who come out with a victory. But, hey, they had to work hard to get that one. And it was a good one. It definitely was. But, you know, even though they won 3-1, we all know that it's an asterisk there. And we want to see PK fight at full force if that's how close this one is. And Fearzly, of all players, ain't here? Come on. It's going to be great when we see them match up again.
Contractually, I'm not allowed to say that they get an asterisk next to that win. It's just a dub, baby. It's just a dub. It's just a dub out here.
I love it. I love it, man. So you guys, as we watch the replays, just take a look at the score. You know, keep your eyes on the score as these fights are being won. It really shows you, you know, how impactful these kills were and how close this match was. It was a very slow, controlled map. And each team was not giving up anything from free. A great battle all across the board, man.
Unbelievable job. Again, I go back and I hearken back to how tight this map was, Blaze. Up until point 9, Hill 9 ended at 256 to 257. It was 1333, 3970, 7981, 100, 119, 131, 134, 165, 163. I think the biggest lead I see at any given moment is, what, 20 points to 30 points, really? It's 31 points is the biggest lead at any given time until the final hill where it's 300 to whatever the Pioneers finished off. I mean, the Knights finished off with. I think that might have been just outside of 31.
Yeah.
Just on the other end of it. But I mean, that just tells you how unbelievably close this map was from start to finish.
It really was, man. You know, Gary had big shoes to fill, okay? And I think he did the best job that he could, and he had a great performance today. But at the end of once it's all said and done, the Pioneers are our defending champions, okay? You know, back to back. It's hard to beat these boys. And so, you know, you have to be at full force when you play against them. For no pickup teams will ever beat them. No squads with subs should ever beat them. But, you know, we almost, you know, this is the closest you'll ever see it. The closest you'll ever see it, okay? So, hey, that's that. All right, Pioneers, 3-1 victory for them. They take it out here.
Yeah,
and so, you know, that's gonna get us wrapped up here in our matches for the day. But, man, what a day it was, Colin.
43 points is the biggest differential.
43 it was?
43 because it was 300 to 257. It was literally the final hill was the biggest differential in that map. I mean, the average differential, let's see, 20, 31, 3, 19. You're looking at probably between, I can do this math, divided by 10. 17 points. No, 17 point differential. If you add up all the differentials divided by 10, it's 17. It's 170 was the point differential at the end when you go back and forth to see who was at the lead.
Yeah.
So literally your average point differential after every hill was 17, Blaze.
Boy, man. And that's just how close that one was, all right? So that's going to do it for the Pioneers versus the Knights. And we saw so many awesome plays in that series, but hey, if you guys was here with us in the beginning of the show, you know that we had a lot of top contenders when it came down to the eSwap X play of the day, but it's gonna go to none other than Exploits himself on Clock Tower. Colin, break it down.
Exploits sees the first little misroll and he gets the body shot. I think the best part of this play, so he sets it up with that initial headshot on the down, but here we go. Take a look at this. He keeps Ventry out of position as he reloads. Ventry's getting tagged up. The shot on Toxic as he goes to body block. It's that second down. The second down comes through with the extra team help, and then he just stays outside. Even though he doesn't get that first chunk, the down sends his two teammates into a frenzy, and they end up running right into the waiting and loving arms of Exploits. Purebred Nasher. My man was ready for it. Here it comes. Just out of chunk range. Keeps himself alive. Finishes the kill. Up A directly into the barrel and the muzzle. Back A around the cubby. Toxic goes down. I mean, mechanically, picture perfect by Exploits. Understanding the spacing, understanding the damage, and doing exactly what has to be done to shut down each of those players.
One word, composed, and that's Exploits right there. Your eSwap X play of the day. Now, all right, he got that one. And in that matchup, you know, that Rebel versus Fury 1, boy, that was an upset because Fury 1 came out on top. We all were expecting Rebel to come out, but hey, they gave it their best foot. And Fury 1, they came to play today, all right? Now, let's take a look at our results for the day so we can get you guys up to date. 3-2, Abuelos takes down Highs. You got 3-2, Rebel goes down to Fury 1. E United, they'll lose a map to Casa de Papel, but ultimately they'll win the series, and that's going to be the same for the Pioneers. As the Knights, they had a sub, no Fearzly tonight. Gary, you know, he came in and, you know, he represented really well.
I think the most impressive win tonight is that Fury 1, without a doubt. I still, though, love the High versus Abuelos y Sus Nietos match. It was an incredible matchup going all 5 maps. It took a Herculean effort, but at the end of the day, they come away with a victory. Those were 2 big matchups. Those were 2 incredibly competitive matchups. That's what Gears Esports to me will always be about, are those really just knockdown, drag out fights. It's why you find me in the pits of open bracket. It's why you always find me getting hype over these close matchups, because that to me is the blood, the DNA, the bone marrow of this esport.
I agree with you, man. You know, we always, and that's hard work is going to pay off for you, okay? Hard work, teamwork, and, you know, never give up. And so we love when we see, you know, some of our newer teams in the pro league give it their best foot and, you know, take some maps off of our top teams, because as we know, when it comes down to the, you know, the tiers of our esport, you know, there's levels to it. There's levels from being a top 16 team to top 12 to, you know, top 8 and top 4. So these are our current standings. Rise at the top of the leaderboards at 4-0. And right behind them is going to be Pioneers. You got PK. Pioneers will take over PK in that spot after that last victory. And Rise, they take that head-to-head, you know, being undefeated, but also they hold that head-to-head over the Pioneers, even if they were to lose a matchup there. Kyle, anything surprising here in these standings?
Really not. I don't want to say surprising at all. I think the biggest surprise to me is Hive. They barely have that map win percentage. They're 0-5. I thought with all the talent on that team, they'd be able to find some wins. If you had to ask me, if you put me in the chair and strap me down, that's my big surprise, that Hive is not doing better. But I also love the fact that we're much closer. We're much closer right now in the standings than we were last split. We had the great divide. 1-4 was dominant. Everybody else was on the bottom of the barrel, and they were just scraping for scraps. Right now, you've got teams rising to the top. You've got teams that have become the cream. Everybody's playing catch up right now. Everybody's chasing Knights, Pioneers, Rise. And that to me, that's just me speaking from the gut. I know everybody would expect me to add a 4th team into that mix, but I haven't seen the correct plays and the right consistency out of that 4th team that everybody thinks is on the tip of my tongue. It's exactly who I'm thinking about. But right now, everybody's chasing Pioneers, the Knights, and Rise.
Hey, well, you know, when it comes down to the cocktail sauce recipe you were breaking down, E United definitely got that horseradish spice, all right? And so, you know, when it comes down to the cream, the ketchup, the spice, everything nice right there. You know, E United, they had 2 tough losses to kick it off, but that team is just going to have to peak when it's time to peak, all right? So I think that the story is set up for them to do something great approaching the major. And we'll see how they're gonna progress in some of their next matchups. And speaking of the next matchups coming up, let's take a look at Wednesday's schedule. You got Cassidy Papel going up against Hive to kick off our broadcast. That's going to be a banger. Team Queso going up against Rise. You got Pioneers going up against Abuelos. And then to end the night, it's E United having to go up against Rebel, two teams who are very close to each other in the standings.
Better be able to tune in right at 5 o'clock tomorrow. The Battle of the Donuts. Winner gets themselves
A win.
I don't know. So somebody gets a win. Somebody
get ninth place.
Hold on.
Somebody get ninth place.
I gotta call Owen and tell him to leave Hive and Casa de Papel alone tomorrow. Owen's gotta leave them alone, okay?
Hey, if Owen gives you some crap, okay, tell him he can at least have one, okay? He can't have them both no more, okay? He can't be hogging two teams in the league. Owen's contractually obligated to at least get one team. That's it.
Well, that's it. Somebody's gonna have to come away with a win. Those other three matchups, I'll be interested. I'll have my eyes glued to the screen the whole time. I will want to see the teams that are the chalk favorites dominate those matchups.
Mm-hmm.
You're ahead in the league standings right now in those next three matchups. You better come away with dominant victories.
Yeah.
I don't want to see 3-2 round 11s. I want to see 3-1s, 3-0s, whatever it may be. You gotta play to your hardest. I always want to see teams really start to rounding into form. We're not all the way through. We're not halfway through with our schedule yet. We will be after tomorrow night. I think we'll be at 6 games. We'll be a little over halfway tomorrow night. So heading into that major, this is where you got to start tuning everything up. Fine-tuning that engine gets you ready to roar and purr and ride down the highway to victory.
Yes, it will. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you guys have enjoyed the ride with myself and Colin through another day of Gears Esports action. You all have been fantastic throughout the night. Shout out to all the players who competed. Make sure you get some rest, hydrate, get some sleep, and meet us back here tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as we'll be kicking off with the Battle of the Donuts. Okay? We hope you guys all have a fantastic night. We love you, and we'll see you next time.